It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. Here with Coach Dan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin. Harlem, and patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that game against the Timberwolves, seems like the season's flying by, as that's already their 10th contest of the year. Pecking order in the league starting to take shape.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. George is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward. And for Boston, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Minot in at the 4. This season just getting going still. How quickly, Greg, can teams gel together and become one?
It really depends on the makeup of your team. How many new guys are on the roster? The style of play. Do the new additions have any previous chemistry with some of your players?
Here's White. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
George with the ball. Picked up by Brown. George against Brown. Just 5 to shoot. No good on the triple. Here's White. And it's off from three-point range. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Markkanen passes to Hendricks. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Nurkic. Backs it out to Markkanen. Lets the three fly. Here's Mikhailuk. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
White the pass to Brown. Here's Minot. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Makes it off the glass.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
The pass to White. To the paint. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here is George. He had 25 points last game. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. Sinks the three-pointer.
Some quick hands there from Lowry into his motion fast.
And here's White. Had a tough time getting anything going against the Rockets. He was a non-factor. He gets that one.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
George with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And there's the bucket for Markkanen.
Just a great setup for Markkanen. All he needed to do was shoot in rhythm.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so.
Here's George following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
George keeping those eyes alert.
Boston trailing. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said, we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Bailey's checked in for Mikhailuk. Just 2 to shoot. Here's White. And a miss there on the triple. Utah has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Pass to Bailey. From deep. Sinks the triple.
There's no question Bailey can score from anywhere. The defense cannot allow this guy to run free.
Here's Pritchard. Last time out he had 14 points. Brown against Markkanen. Now Pritchard. And shot on the way. Boston again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's White. Boston again missing. Jazz leading by 5. Pass to Bailey. The turnaround. And again it's Utah.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Utah making a change here. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. 5th is Anthony Simons.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Pritchard against George. Brown sends a screen for Pritchard. They need this. Brown, good. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Here's Bailey. Rebound, Boston.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Harkless kicks to George. A three-pointer, no good. For the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte. Here's Brown. Lays it up off the glass. Brown's got 6 points. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. It's a 3-point game. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Well, it's never fun when you're expected to lose a game. You just got to put it behind you, not carry it into the next one.
Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Utah is shooting 40% here in the early stages. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. He can fit in defensively. He could be a long-term contributor, guys.
Yeah, he's more than capable. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
George passes to Love. Harkless on the wing. Lots of room. And Boston with the rebound. Garza's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Simons from outside. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Pass to Harkless. And here's Love. Stolen by George. Here's Harkless. Now here's Love. Bucket is good.
Well, that touch never leaves a guy like Love. Sharp around the hoop.
Simons with the ball. Nothing on the board. And Ace Bailey picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Jazz. Substitution. Filipowski, number 13.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
Yeah, charging inside with force. Love seeing Brown go up strong on the drive.
Inside and taken away by Brown. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Filipowski grabs the board. Here's Bailey. Oh, look at that.
How about the showmanship there by Bailey.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Please put your hands together and welcome to center court, Celtic Entertainment.
Celtics trail by 3. Now here's White. Outside, Simons. Boucher sets a screen for Simon. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2. this game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Over in the corner, Harkless. No good on the three. Boston's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And it's Simons missing. The Jazz on offense. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. Pass to Love. To the middle. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation for the Jazz. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Love. And it's Markkanen in for Harkless. And here's White. Pass to Simons. There's a screen for the three. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Well, you see that quick release. And Simons right on the money.
And Anthony Simons cut his teeth under Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. Stan, some pretty good manners.
You aren't kidding, Kevin. And I think going up against those guys in practice every day, watching them every night, and being another guard who has to score the ball. He couldn't have learned from anybody better. And Anthony Simons now a tough guy to stop.
Luke's checked in for Utah. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's White. Gonzalez passes to Simons. 6 on the shot clock. And it's White missing.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
They get it back. Here's Gonzalez. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Gonzalez has got the game tied up here for Boston. Launches it from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Boston. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
The Celtics shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Derek White is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Shireman in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Buries the long-range jumper. White's got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Pass to Shireman. Stolen by Markkanen. Now, Filipowski. Covered by Simons. Knocked away.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face.
White, good.
Well, I like how White has upgraded his ball handling over the years. A big part of his growth.
Here's Mikhailov. Three-pointer, Markkanen Traps in the tray. Markkanen's got 11 points.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
White the pass to Simons. Here's Minot. Defended by Filipowski. Outside, Simons. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Simons has got the lead back up to 5 now for Boston. Outside, Markkanen. Down low. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
White down low. Here's Shireman. Rebound, Utah.
I mean, that's the shot to take. He just couldn't get it to go.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you, Kevin.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. So, it's Utah now, after the missed 3 from Derek White. From the arc. And it's White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Mikhailuk. And Utah again with the bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And one other thing that stands out, all the block shots. I mean, staying up in their jerseys tonight. And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Hendricks is checked in, and it's Keontae George in for Markkanen. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through it. Everything you would like them to know, but you got to decide, you got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
Here's White, following the bucket by the Jazz. Simons surveying the D to end the drought. And that's 2 points on the way. Simons has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, fancy stuff from Anthony Simons.
Outside, George. Here's Hendricks. Off target with his 3.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Basket counts.
Once you're inside, anything can happen. Somehow, White paid it off. Pass
to Nurkic. Here's Mikhailuk. Ball movement by Utah. George, no good. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to White. Now Simon. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's one of the things Nurkic does so well. Absorb contact and still be in control.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Nurkic. Line for 1.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Now, here's Markkanen. After Jaylen Brown's miss, Hendricks, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Hendricks has got his first basket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Brown inside. He's guarded by Markkanen. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. And stolen by Simon. Only one man back on D. Goes up. Whoa!
Yeah, we're seeing Simons unleashed on offense. He's in a groove, and his team is helping to keep him in it.
Markkanen a screen on Simon. Hendricks passes to Mikhailuk. Trains it from beyond the arc. Mikhailuk's got 7 points in the game.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. He had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
There's the pass to Brown. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Tricky move by Brown inside, making sure he gets the whistle and completes his motion.
Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling.
So it's Boston now, after the basket by Utah. Back to Pritchard. Brown feeling out a bit. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George against Pritchard. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. Pass to Markkanen. And the 3 off target. Celtics trail by 5. Pritchard finds Simon. Trains the three-pointer. Simons has got a pair of triples in the second now for Boston.
Knowing his team needs a lift, he's putting them on his back.
On the high post. And again it's Utah.
Nice looking mid-range shot by George. Such an aggressive scorer.
Brown outside. Pass to Garza. And stolen by Love. Harkless with it. Picked up by Brown. George against Pritchard. Right side George. 6 to shoot. The rebound by the Celtics. Garza's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Over in the corner, Harkless. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Entertainment, everyone. Come on, make some noise.
making some changes. Kate is checked in, and Derek White subbed in for Anthony Simon. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah. Filipowski comes in for Harkless. Now here's White. He's got 11. There's the pick. Here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
Jazz leading by 4. George looking around. Now Markkanen. He's got 11. Nurkic the pass to Bailey. Drills the three-pointer. Bailey's got the lead up to 7 now for Utah.
A big reason why Bailey went high in the draft. He's a guy who can score without dominating the ball.
White bounce pass. Brown finds White. To the paint. Nurkic with the steal. Filipowski passes to George. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Brown. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Now, Filipowski inside. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Hauser misses. Utah leading by 7. Pass to Filipowski. Jazz passing it around. Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. Markkanen's got 13.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
White with it. 11 points in the game. Fires top of the key. The shot misses.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one.
And so it's Utah in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly.
Give it up for our contestants.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Well, right now for Boston, they should win this one. But we always talk about these trap games where a team comes in thinking that they could just walk away with it.
Especially when the opponent is thirsty, as is the case here. Time to talk now about what we saw in that first half of play. Lauri Markkanen was putting on a show.
Well, he's in the zone shooting it. Every time he puts up the three, he believes it's going in. Trust me, that's a great feeling.
People ask, what's it like to be in the zone? I don't know. You just feel it. The game just slows down. It's like you can do no wrong.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Pritchard. Still yet to score. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. They've got Lauri Markkanen. Nurkic is out there with George. And it's Hendricks in at the 4 spot. Brown, no good.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
George. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pritchard from outside. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. And George, here we go.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Queta, the pass to Brown. Out to White. There's the triple. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. George against White. On the wing, Markkanen. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Now, here's Brown, stolen by Markkanen. Left side, George. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk, and powered down the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Now, here's Brown. 16 points for him. Out to White, and they get it. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got 14 points for the game.
White knows he has the green light to fire from deep. Great looking 3-ball there.
Markkanen from outside. Rebound by the Celtics. And they've got time, Greg, to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, still lots of time, but they have to play smart if they want to erase this deficit.
And it's White missing. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake it. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Guys, back to you.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Austin with the ball. Following the missed shot by Nurkic. Pritchard passes to Brown. Pass to Cada. Here's White. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. White's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Celtics. Here's Hendricks. Now, here's George. He has 6. Here's Hendricks. He's covered by Brown. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He's got 13.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. 5th, the Jazz.
Well, last year they were all over the glass. Their physicality is what helped define their identity.
Celtics trail by 9. Brown outside. On the wing. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And that's now 18 points for Jaylen Brown. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Jazz leading by 7. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Bailey with the ball, light covering, and the basket by Bailey.
And with his endless length, Ace Bailey's a good option down low.
Pritchard finds Brown. And Ace Bailey picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And so it's Boston with it. Brown outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Pritchard over George.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Bailey passes to Harkless. Outside, George. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Outside, Markkanen. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Brown. It's White on the wing. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 5 here tonight.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
And Love throws it down.
Wow, look at Kevin Love attacking the rim, using his height to get up there.
White the pass to Pritchard. Back to White. Over Harkless. And it's White missing. Jazz leading by 8. Down low. Plays it up and banks it in. 6 points for Harkless.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
White the pass to Keita. And here is Brown. Brown on the move. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's George. He has 6. Bailey passes to Markkanen. That one drops for him. Markkanen's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Garza. He's guarded by Love. There's the pass to Pritchard. Here's the 3. Garza. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. The shot's good from Love.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
George against Pritchard. Pass to Garza. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Garza's got 6.
Look, that's an opportunity you don't pass up.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Hey, Boston, let's get loud for Celtics Entertainment.
Celtics making a change here. Filipowski's checked in.
Let's hear it for Celtics Entertainment.
Baseline J on the way. Garza pulls it in. Garza's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Simons kicks to Brown. Pass to Hauser. Here's Garza. 6 points for him. 4 on the clock. Here's Brown. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz leading by 8. Now, here is George. Now, Filipowski. Still without a basket. Harkless finds Love. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, he still has the quick trigger. Love getting it away in a hurry.
Pritchard against George. And it's Hauser in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. At one time, pretty much just a 3-point specialist, Sam Hauser, coach, is now cranking up the defense.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can come into the league and maybe carve out a niche with just one skill. But usually what you have to do is take that one skill and build on it so that you can be a consistent rotation player. Sam Hauser has done that, and as you said, he's added the defense to his shooting ability.
And that one drops. Filipowski's got his first bucket in this one.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
George against Pritchard. There's the pass to Brown. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Pritchard. With the drive, spins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Keontae George picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And stand on defense, the Celtics content to play the percentages.
Yeah, look, the Celtics want to deny threes, free throws, and layups. If you beat them shooting 2-point jump shots, they'll live with it. But can they force more turnovers?
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Here's Mikhailuk. No good from outside. Celtics trail by 8. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the middle. Nurkic in the post. Working on Boucher. Off with the layup. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Simons has got 17 now. Outside, George. Markkanen in the corner. 3 seconds left. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 9 assists in the game. Great pass. And so it's Utah holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Anthony Simons out there with White. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Minot in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. Here's Mikhailov. 5 to shoot. Outside, Markkanen. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Puts it up. Rebounded by the Celtics. Pass to White. The 3. It's rebounded by Mikhailov. Mikhailov's got 5 rebounds tonight. Filipowski, and he jams it with authority.
Nice read from the big fella. Markkanen demonstrating a solid feel with his passing.
And here is Simon. Here's White. Stolen by Markkanen. Fires from the corner. Einad pulls it in.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now, here's Simon. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Mikhailov. Filipowski with it. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound Boston. White's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Here's Minot. Pass to Queta. 3-pointer, Simon. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. This is checked in for Markkanen. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a 3? Reminding them 3-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making 3s. Missing? Not so much. Guys?
Thank you, Allie. Here's Minot. After the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Queta, the pass to Simons. Here's Minot. Here's White. No good with the triple. Pass to Harkless. Nurkic a screen on White. Here's Harkless. Banked in off the glass. And now an 8-point Utah lead.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Queta, the pass to Simons. A 3-pointer off the mark. Utah leading by 8. Over in the corner, Harkless. Misses the 3.
Well, you're going to struggle when you're forcing up shots like that.
Pass to Queta. Launches a 3. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Harkless. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now, here's Simon. Out to White from past the arc. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Here's Harkless. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's White. Outside, Simons. They need this one, and the jumper falls for him. Simons has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Listen, it's a team sport, but without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger.
Filipowski, the bounce pass. Pass to Mikhailuk. And here's Nurkic. Shoots the three. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got 6 rebounds in the game. Back to Harkless. Nurkic in the post. Takes the three. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics trail by 10. The tray. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, that was just great timing and playing with a high motor.
The Jazz have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Harkless, the pass to Mikhailuk. To the inside. Pass to White. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. White's got 22.
Well, listen, White doesn't fear anyone inside. He wants to get down low and cash in.
And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown is checked in for Sam Hauser. And it's Pritchard in for Anthony Simons. Back to George. To the paint. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does.
And more points for Nurkic. He can do this from time to time when he gets in a rhythm.
Here's Pritchard. Brown outside. Rebound by Nurkic. Jazz leading by 8. In transition, here come the Jazz. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Brown, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, it's only his second three of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Pass to Minot. Out to White. Shot to stop the run. And the three ball is good. White's got 14 points here in the second half.
Sometimes you just know it's coming. White couldn't wait to let that one fly. Respond to the three on the other end.
Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Now Pritchard. Brown outside. Just 5 on the clock. With the teardrop. Brown with a little floater.
Love that from Brown. No one can stop that floater.
Larkin in a screen on Brown. Now here's Harkless. Guarded closer. Nurkic. Oh, he found the gap and finished it off strong.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Celtics making a switch here. Garza's checked in. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Now George from outside does not go in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Launches it. The shot misses. Celtics trail by 13. Shoots the three. Does not go. Jazz shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. Markkanen outside. And they double up Markkanen. Nurkic. Missed on the three. Well, for the Celtics, this one not looking good. Now White fires the three. Markkanen pulls it down.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Utah.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box, there were some great numbers for Jusuf Nurkic.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Can't get it to go. Boston shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. It misses.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Outside, George. Now Nurkic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Celtics ball.
Here's the Celtics with the ball. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's stolen by Pritchard. Markkanen outside.
Celtics foul. Minot. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
There's 14 seconds left in the game.
Derek White. First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
First free throw is good.
Number 13. 2 shots.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
The first one falls.
Shooting for Utah, number 13.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Timeout called, the Celtics. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell you guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Lori, an impressive win tonight. What do victories like this tell you about where this team is headed?
It gives us confidence. We showed that if we play well and we play defense down the stretch, we can beat. And we've shown it. We can compete with anybody. We just got to do it for a full game.
Confidence is key down the stretch. Thanks, Lori.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll do it, folks. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And now we present the player of the game, Jusuf Nurkic.